We're back down here today, and the focus is going to be trying to get some of this dirt and topsoil spread. I don't know where the rock and stuff on the top came from, but basically I'm just going to try to work on kind of this area because he's wanting to get some grass seed and stuff like that out. So we'll just use this pile here. I'll have to kind of work the rocks out and just kind of top dress and spread over the top of this. And I got some low spots up there. I think there's a tree. Maybe, I can't remember. And then I'm also going to dress it up on the other side of the driveway, and then where the big pile of dirt was at, kind of get that dressed up. I may have a little bit down by the barn. I went and picked the Twin 150 up from the job down there where I did the ditch. I got a little bit to try to do with it later on. I'm going to try to scratch some of that clay down where it's kind of high back where I was spreading that out yesterday. And I may move some of that dirt along the road if I get time, but this is the big thing he's wanting to try to get done today, is just kind of get this spread out. So we'll jump in the loader and work on that. Well, I got all that spread out, so it's still fairly wavy, but the whole thing's just pumping. So what I may just do is just let it kind of dry or whatever, especially with this wind. It ought to dry out pretty quick, and then I may try to run over it at another angle or something again. But it's just got a lot of low spots and high spots, and then with leaving the grass in it, it makes it a little wavy, but it's probably gonna work for what it is. Like you guys have noticed, I'm a little picky, so. But this is actually what was left over of the good dirt off the parking lot. I think once it dries a little bit more, we may be able to work it pretty good, but it didn't come out too bad. I mean, it really kind of smoothed it up. There were some pretty decent holes and stuff in here. So now I'm gonna jump on the other side of the driveway and slick that up, and then I think where the pile of dirt was at, I'm gonna probably try to hit that. And I think there's a little bit on the back side of the building and maybe around the barn. I'm gonna try to get done for sure today. But yeah, not too shabby. Once you get it seated and stuff like that, you won't ever be able to tell, and it'll look nice from the road. Frenzy this afternoon, so I got pretty much all that front kind of dressed up, and then we'll kind of walk over there by the barn. And then Dad came here and tried to bury, or not try, but he did bury the downspouts out to there, which looks like the pipe's kind of running uphill. But I think we're gonna dig down, hook onto it, and try to find where we can daylight it out somewhere in that middle, because I don't really want to daylight them or run them out. This is where you're gonna board the train, where that's wider down there. So I think we're just gonna let it run out in there, and then it'll run down that swell. But Kind of cleaned a little bit of that stuff up, and you could tell that dirt's still muddy and pumping, so kind of just tracked it in and hopefully let the sun and the wind get on it, and then we'll kind of work it again and do the same thing. But I got that kind of slicked up. They had a water leak over there, I guess, a while back. And then put a little more dirt down there by the barn. And about where I'm standing and that straw's at, I'm going to try to kind of cut a little bit more of a swell, because all that stuff wants to drain over there. All right, that camera died, so I think this one's getting ready to. Anyway, that's kind of where I got for today. Was all this kind of roughed in and graded a little bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and unload the 2150, and then tomorrow I may start working on knocking down some of those spoil piles, and maybe even trying to load up some of what I got to move behind the big culverts over there. We're gonna make a bunch of big hills and mounds and stuff like that.